Farmers are tonight pinning their hopes on a supply of the world's strongest mice-killing chemical.
Farmers work the land daily, but some uncover astonishing secrets, ancient artifacts, rare mutations, even lost civilizations. From giant eggs to two-headed calves, here are shocking farm discoveries. Chinese farmers' unusual piglet. Deep in the rural areas of Chongqing, China, a farmer named Tang Yongxu had spent most of his life raising pigs. For decades, he'd witnessed countless piglets born on his farm, each one a healthy addition to his livestock. But one fateful day, as he was tending to his pigs, he encountered an unexpected and mysterious birth that would baffle both him and his entire community. One of Tang's pigs gave birth to a piglet that stood out in the most startling way. Unlike the others, this piglet was born with 4 additional legs, each shorter than the main limbs. The extra legs were attached to its body in a strange configuration, making the piglet look almost alien, as if it had been born with a bizarre genetic mutation. Tang was immediately concerned. The deformity was so unusual that he feared the piglet wouldn't survive for long. How could such a creature, so different from the others, possibly manage to thrive? Despite his worries, Tang soon realized that the piglet was not only surviving, but was actually thriving. It drank milk from its mother, just like the other piglets, and seemed to grow stronger each day. Although the extra legs made its movements awkward, they didn't seem to cause it any pain. The piglet had no problem joining the rest of the litter, playing in the mud and running around the farm, albeit a bit clumsily. With this strange creature's persistence to live, Tang couldn't help but wonder what was behind its unusual condition. So, he decided to take the piglet to a veterinarian, hoping for some answers. The vet diagnosed the piglet with polymelia, a rare genetic condition where an animal is born with extra limbs. Polymelia is an extremely uncommon disorder, with only a few documented cases in animals, and the extra limbs often result from abnormalities during fetal development. The veterinarian assured Tang that while the condition was rare, animals born with polymelia could sometimes live a full life, though surgery to remove the extra limbs was often suggested. At first, Tang had thought the piglet might have been born as a conjoined twin, with its extra limbs being an extension of another body. But the vet confirmed that the deformity wasn't caused by conjoinment. Instead, it was a result of a genetic anomaly, where the cells that form the piglet's limbs had multiplied in an unusual way, leading to the formation of extra legs. Tang's concern shifted to whether or not the piglet could have the surgery to remove the extra limbs. Unfortunately, the surgery was costly, far beyond Tang's means. He knew that it would be difficult to afford the procedure, and even if he could, there were risks involved in such a complicated surgery. So, he decided to care for the piglet as it was, hoping that with enough love and attention, it would lead a full and healthy life. The farmer, with his unwavering dedication, named the piglet the octopus, due to its remarkable 8 limbs. He took great care of it, ensuring that it had the best possible environment to grow and thrive. As time passed, the piglet, despite its unusual appearance, grew into a robust and strong animal. It became part of the family on the farm, playing alongside its siblings and eating just as well as the others. The extra limbs, which once seemed like a burden, no longer seemed to impede its quality of life. The piglet's strange condition attracted the attention of locals from nearby villages. People traveled from far and wide to see the octopus, intrigued by its unique and puzzling appearance. Some even brought their children to witness the oddity firsthand. What was once a cause for concern had now turned into a source of fascination and wonder. People marveled at how the piglet could live such a normal life despite its deformity. Over time, the octopus became a local sensation. Visitors to the farm often shared stories about their encounters with the unique piglet, spreading the word about the extraordinary creature. For Tang, the piglet was a reminder of the many mysteries and surprises that nature holds. What initially seemed like a misfortune had transformed into a symbol of resilience, a creature that overcame its genetic anomaly to live a full and happy life. The story of the octopus spread, becoming a testament to the unpredictability of nature and the miracles that sometimes occur when we least expect them. As for Tang Yongxu, he continued his work on the farm, content in the knowledge that he had done right by his little piglet. The octopus, with its 4 extra legs, had defied expectations, growing into a healthy, happy animal against all odds. The community's reaction to the piglet had also been one of admiration, showing how, even in the rural corners of the world, nature's strange wonders could captivate and inspire. Though there is still much to learn about Polymelia and the factors that contribute to its occurrence, Tang's experience remains an extraordinary chapter in his life. The farm, once a place where he simply worked the land and tended to his animals, had become home to one of nature's most curious creations, a piglet whose story would be told for years to come. Canadian farmer's dinosaur discovery. John Degut, a humble farmer from Canada, had always been deeply fascinated by dinosaurs. Ever since he was a young boy, he had devoured books on paleontology, watched countless documentaries, and dreamed of discovering a creature from the distant past. Living on a farm surrounded by the rugged beauty of Canada's vast landscape, John found solace in hiking through the mountainous terrain. He would often look out over the sweeping views, his imagination running wild with thoughts of what secrets might be buried beneath the earth. Little did he know, his lifelong passion for dinosaurs was about to lead him to an extraordinary discovery, one that would captivate the world. It all started in 2020, when John set out for one of his routine hikes through the mountains near his farmland. This was a place he frequented, not just for exercise, but also for solitude and reflection. On this particular day, as he wandered along the familiar trail, something caught his eye. His foot brushed against something odd, something that felt different beneath the soil. At first glance, he thought it might just be an old, weathered rock, or perhaps a tree root tangled deep in the earth. But as he crouched down and cleared away the dirt, he realized that what he was looking at was far more unusual and far more significant. What John had uncovered wasn't a rock at all. It was a bone. But not just any bone, this one was large, with a texture that suggested age and something far more prehistoric. The more he inspected it, the clearer it became that this wasn't from any modern-day animal. The size and structure were unmistakable. This bone could belong to something ancient, something from a time long before humans ever set foot on the earth. The thought raced through his mind. Could this be the discovery he had always dreamed about? His heart began to race as he realized the magnitude of what he had found, but he also knew that he needed expert confirmation. Without hesitation, John reached out to local paleontologists, eager to share his discovery. He contacted the nearest university and spoke to a team of experts who responded quickly, recognizing the potential importance of the find. Within days, a group of paleontologists arrived at John's farm to examine the site and begin excavation. The process was slow and methodical. Every scoop of dirt removed brought the team closer to uncovering a piece of history that had been buried for millions of years. John watched intently, filled with a sense of awe and anticipation, as the professionals worked to reveal more of the fossil. After an exhaustive analysis, the team of paleontologists confirmed that the bone belonged to a dinosaur, a discovery that would change the course of paleontology. But this wasn't just any dinosaur. The bone came from a previously unknown species of tyrannosaur, an apex predator that had once roamed the ancient landscapes of North America around 79.5 million years ago. This find was groundbreaking, as it added a new species to the already well-known tyrannosaur family, which had been a staple of paleontological research for decades. The species was named Thanatothyristes degrutorum, a name that drew from both mythology and history. The name Thanatothyristes was derived from the Greek god of death, Thanatos, symbolizing the deadly nature of this creature. The second part of the name, degrutorum, honored John Degut, the farmer who had made the discovery. It was a tribute to how an ordinary person, without any formal training in paleontology, had uncovered an extraordinary piece of history. This naming was a powerful reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is not confined to those with degrees or academic titles, but can be sparked by the curiosity of anyone, anywhere, willing to pay attention to the world around them. As scientists delved deeper into studying the fossils, they pieced together more of the story of Thanatothyristes degrutorum. The dinosaur was estimated to be around 12 meters, approximately 40 feet, in length, and weighed over 2 tons. Its powerful jaws, sharp teeth, and muscular build made it a fearsome predator, capable of dominating its ecosystem. Researchers learned that it lived during the late Cretaceous period, a time when North America was home to a vibrant and diverse range of prehistoric life. The discovery gave scientists crucial insight into the ecosystems of that era, allowing them to better understand the relationships between species and the environments in which they lived. The most remarkable aspect of this discovery wasn't just the identification of a new species. It was the implications it held for understanding the nature of dinosaurs in general. Thanatothyristes digrutorum was part of the Tyrannosaur family, which included some of the most famous dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus rex. However, this new species brought with it new information about the size, behavior, and ecological role of these ancient predators, and what life was like in the Cretaceous period. John's discovery was groundbreaking, not only for its scientific value, but also for its broader impact. It served as a reminder of how ordinary people can contribute to scientific knowledge in profound ways. For years, paleontology had been the domain of academic experts, researchers, and scientists, with only rare exceptions. John de Groot, a farmer with no formal background in paleontology, had stumbled upon one of the most significant dinosaur discoveries of the century. His keen interest in dinosaurs, his dedication to exploring the land around him, and his determination to follow through on his discovery had led him to make a contribution that few could have imagined. As news of John's find spread, it captured the imaginations of people around the world. The idea that a farmer, with no specialized knowledge, could make such a world-changing discovery was awe-inspiring. It wasn't just a win for John, it was a victory for curiosity, perseverance, and the idea that anyone, regardless of their background or occupation, could play a part in advancing our understanding of the world. His name would be forever linked to Thanatothyristes digrutorum, and his discovery would be studied by scientists for years to come, helping to shape our understanding of the distant past. For John, life would never be the same. What started as a peaceful hike in the mountains turned into a lifelong legacy, one that would forever be associated with a new chapter in the story of dinosaurs. He was thrust into the spotlight, invited to speak at scientific conferences, and celebrated as an unlikely hero in the field of paleontology. While John had always dreamed of discovering something extraordinary, he never imagined that his love for dinosaurs would lead to such a remarkable event. The discovery had turned him from a quiet farmer into a symbol of the power of curiosity and the potential that lies within all of us to make a difference. As the years went on, John continued to work his farm, though now he was often recognized by people who admired his discovery. He became a local legend, a living reminder of how the earth holds secrets, sometimes waiting for the right person to uncover them. Every time he looked out over the mountains that had been his home for so many years, John couldn't help but wonder what other mysteries the land might still be hiding. And while Thanatothyristes digrutorum had already made its mark on history, John knew deep down that there were more discoveries yet to be made, perhaps not by scientists or paleontologists, but by curious souls like himself, willing to look beneath the surface of the world around them. This discovery reshaped our understanding of dinosaurs and their place in the ancient ecosystems of North America. But it also carried a much more profound message. The pursuit of knowledge is not limited to those with degrees or titles. Anyone, no matter their occupation or background, can make a lasting contribution to science. And in the case of John de Groot, it was a simple hike through the mountains that led to the uncovering of a piece of history, a story that would continue to captivate the world for generations to come. Egyptian stone slab discovery. In 2021, an extraordinary event unfolded on the outskirts of Cairo, Egypt, when a farmer, whose name has remained relatively unknown, was going about his daily duties of preparing his land for the upcoming agricultural season. As he dug into the earth, turning over the soil in anticipation of planting crops, he came across something unusual. Beneath his shovel, something solid and substantial appeared, a massive stone slab. At first, it seemed like an ordinary rock, perhaps another piece of debris in the earth. But the moment he brushed away the dirt, the true nature of the find began to reveal itself. The stone slab was unlike anything the farmer had ever encountered in his years of working the land. Its surface, smooth yet worn by time, was inscribed with strange markings and symbols, hieroglyphics, the ancient writing system of Egypt. Realizing that this was no mere rock, the farmer's curiosity grew, and he took a closer look. The markings, though faint from centuries of exposure, were clearly deliberate. They were too intricate to be random. and their presence suggested a connection to Egypt's rich ancient history. The farmer understood immediately that he had uncovered something of immense historical value. Without wasting any time, the farmer contacted local authorities. Archaeologists and experts in Egyptian history were soon dispatched to the site to examine the slab and verify its authenticity. Their arrival marked the beginning of a significant archaeological discovery that would captivate the world. As they carefully studied the stone, it became evident that this was an artifact dating back thousands of years, far older than anything the farmer had expected. The slab, it turned out, was a piece of ancient history that had lain hidden beneath the earth for centuries, waiting for the right moment to be discovered. The dimensions of the stone slab were impressive. Measuring 230 centimeters in length, 103 centimeters in width, and 45 centimeters in thickness, it was far larger than anything typically unearthed during excavations. Yet it wasn't just its size that drew attention. It was the intricate details of the hieroglyphics inscribed upon it. The symbols told a story that would soon capture the attention of historians and archaeologists across the globe. The slab was a testament to the skill and artistry of ancient Egyptian craftsmanship, offering a glimpse into a time long past. As experts began to translate the hieroglyphs, the meaning behind the inscriptions started to take shape. The stone slab depicted the winged sun disk, a well-known symbol of the Egyptian sun god Ra, who represented power, light, and creation. Ra was one of the most significant deities in ancient Egypt, and his image was often used to convey the divine right of the pharaohs. The presence of this symbol suggested that the stone slab was of great importance, perhaps marking a significant event during the reign of the pharaoh whose name would soon be revealed. Beneath the winged sun disk was a detailed inscription in hieroglyphs that recorded the military campaigns of Pharaoh Apries, who ruled Egypt during the 26th dynasty, around 589 to 567 BC. Pharaoh Apries, known in Greek as Hofra, had been a figure of both admiration and controversy in Egyptian history. His reign was marked by military ambition, but also by political instability and eventual failure. The stone slab, according to early translations, commemorated a military campaign that Apries had undertaken in the east, likely against the Phoenicians, who were powerful seafarers and traders of the ancient Mediterranean world. As experts dug deeper into the meaning of the inscription, it became clear that the stone slab had been erected by Pharaoh Apries himself, likely to commemorate his military victories and the triumphs of his reign. The inscription included more than 15 lines of text, detailing the campaign in the east, where Apries faced off against the Phoenicians in a series of battles. The details of the conflict were still being pieced together, but the text was a crucial primary source for understanding the dynamics of this ancient war. The discovery of the stone slab was groundbreaking for several reasons. First, it provided new and valuable insights into the reign of Pharaoh Apries, a ruler whose military failures were often overshadowed by the more well-known figures of Egyptian history. For centuries, historians had been aware of the significant role that Apries played in the conflicts with the Phoenicians, but the exact details of these events were shrouded in mystery. The slab's inscriptions offered a fresh perspective on this turbulent period of ancient Egyptian history. Additionally, the slab served as a valuable counterpoint to the writings of the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, who had chronicled the story of Apries' reign. Herodotus noted that Apries had suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of the Phoenicians, leading to uprisings in Egypt and ultimately to his downfall. The inscriptions on the stone slab, however, suggested a different perspective, one that emphasized the military prowess and accomplishments of the pharaoh. The true nature of the conflict and whether the pharaoh was victorious or ultimately defeated remains a subject of debate, but the slab was an important piece of the puzzle. Scholars were eager to analyze the new text for what it could reveal about Egypt's ancient military strategies, the political landscape of the time, and the relationships between Egypt and other civilizations, such as the Phoenicians. Archaeologists believe that the stone slab might offer answers to questions about Egypt's role in the broader geopolitical dynamics of the ancient world, particularly in the Mediterranean region. But even beyond the immediate historical and military significance of the find, the discovery of the stone slab was a testament to the enduring mystery of Egypt's past. The hieroglyphs on the stone slab were part of an intricate and ancient system of writing that had captivated scholars for centuries. Despite centuries of research, Egyptology remains one of the most enigmatic fields of study. with new discoveries constantly reshaping our understanding of this ancient civilization. In the years to come, further analysis and excavation at the site of the discovery would undoubtedly continue to reveal more about the context in which this stone slab was erected. Archaeologists and historians would continue to examine the nuances of the inscription and its place within the broader historical narrative of ancient Egypt. More such artifacts might be uncovered, offering additional clues about the ancient world. Could there be other slabs or inscriptions waiting to be found, revealing more about Pharaoh Apries and his military campaigns? For now, the stone slab remains one of the most fascinating finds in recent Egyptian archaeology. It not only sheds light on the military history of a long-forgotten pharaoh, but also serves as a reminder of the power of discovery and the mysteries that still lie buried beneath the sands of Egypt. Chinese farmer's feathered dinosaur fossil. In 2014, on the expansive farmlands of a remote village in China, a humble farmer named Li Shuizhong was going about his usual work of tilling the soil and preparing his land for the next season's crops. The day seemed like any other, until his plow struck something hard and unusual. At first, Li thought it was just an oddly shaped rock or an old piece of debris buried deep in the earth. However, as he carefully removed the dirt around it, he realized it was something much more extraordinary. What he had uncovered were bones, fossilized remains that seemed far too ancient and significant to be part of any modern animal. Li, initially unsure of the true value of his discovery, sent the bones to a local laboratory for further analysis. It didn't take long for the lab to confirm that these were not ordinary animal remains. Experts quickly determined that the bones were the fossils of a dinosaur, a creature that had lived millions of years ago, long before humans ever set foot on Earth. But as the investigation deepened, the true magnitude of the find began to unfold. These bones were not from just any dinosaur. They were from an entirely new species, previously unknown to the scientific community. The fossils, after being carefully excavated and studied by paleontologists, revealed a number of astonishing details about the dinosaur. The creature, which lived roughly 161 million years ago during the late Jurassic period, had features that were both familiar and surprising. Unlike the typical image of a scaly reptilian dinosaur, this one bore feathers. Yes, feathers. A feature once thought to be exclusive to birds and not to the distant relatives of dinosaurs. This groundbreaking discovery sent shockwaves through the paleontological world, shaking long-held assumptions about dinosaur evolution. The dinosaur, which was given the name Juravenator Lai, was believed to have been a small, agile predator. It was estimated to have been about the size of a modern-day turkey, with a body length of around 1.2 meters, 4 feet. What was truly remarkable was the preservation of its feathers, which provided the first definitive evidence of the role feathers played in the lives of some dinosaurs. These feathers were not just ornamental. They were likely used for insulation, helping the dinosaur maintain its body temperature in a world that was much warmer than today. This discovery offered the tantalizing possibility that feathers had evolved long before they were used for flight, challenging the prevailing notion that feathers were primarily associated with the rise of birds. The discovery also sparked further questions about the evolutionary connection between birds and dinosaurs. For many years, scientists had debated the link between birds and their prehistoric ancestors, with the idea that birds were modern-day dinosaurs gaining traction. However, finding fossilized feathers on a dinosaur that lived millions of years ago provided concrete evidence that the evolutionary leap from dinosaurs to birds was more complex and layered than initially believed. The discovery of Juravenator Li opened up new possibilities for understanding the evolution of feathers and the eventual rise of birds from their dinosaurian ancestors. This discovery wasn't just a win for paleontologists. It also provided a unique opportunity for scientists to study the behaviors and lifestyles of dinosaurs in a whole new light. With fossilized remains showing evidence of feathers, it was clear that these dinosaurs might have been more dynamic than previously imagined. The question of whether these feathers were used for display, warmth, or perhaps even rudimentary flight was still up for debate, but the implications were profound. The revelation that some dinosaurs might have been covered in feathers painted a picture of a much more vibrant and varied prehistoric world than most people had ever considered. As the excavation team continued to work on the site where Li had made his discovery, They uncovered even more fascinating details about the ecosystem in which Juravenator lies had lived. Fossils of other animals, plants, and insects found nearby provided a snapshot of life during the late Jurassic period. Paleontologists discovered evidence of other, larger dinosaurs that coexisted with Juravenator Lai, as well as a variety of smaller creatures that might have been prey for this feathered predator. The team also unearthed the remnants of ancient plants, shedding light on the types of vegetation that dominated the landscape at the time. What made this discovery even more remarkable was the fact that it was made by a farmer with no formal training in paleontology. Li Shuizhong's find was a testament to the incredible role that ordinary people can play in the advancement of science. His keen eyes and careful handling of the fossils had led to a discovery that would rewrite portions of the history of life on Earth. While many of the world's most famous paleontological discoveries have come from large, well-funded excavation projects, this find showed that even in the most unlikely of circumstances, the past can reveal itself in the most unexpected ways. As news of the discovery spread, paleontologists from around the world traveled to China to see the fossils firsthand and analyze the implications of the find. Some experts even suggested that the site where Li discovered the fossils could hold more secrets yet to be uncovered. The region, once thought to be a relatively minor site in terms of paleontological significance, now became the focus of intense research. Excavations at the site continued, and more fossils were unearthed that helped paint a fuller picture of the creatures that roamed the Earth millions of years ago. The implications of this discovery reached beyond just the scientific community. For the people of the village where Li lived, the find became a source of pride and wonder. The farmer's discovery had brought global attention to their region, and many local residents were fascinated by the idea that their land had once been home to ancient creatures from a long-forgotten era. For Li, the recognition and accolades that followed his discovery were a reminder that even in the quietest corners of the world, history is waiting to be uncovered. As the years passed, the Juravenator Li discovery continued to be studied, and its significance deepened. New techniques in fossil analysis, such as advanced imaging technologies and DNA testing, were applied to the remains, allowing scientists to learn even more about the creature's appearance, behavior, and evolutionary history. The study of its feathers and other anatomical features helped scientists refine their understanding of the complex relationship between dinosaurs and birds, shedding light on how feathers evolved and the role they played in the survival and adaptation of these ancient creatures. More fossils from the late Jurassic period were uncovered nearby, suggesting that Juravenator Li was not an isolated case, but rather part of a much larger ecosystem. Researchers began to theorize that feathered dinosaurs might have been more common than previously thought, with different species evolving feathers for a variety of purposes, including insulation, camouflage, and even social signaling. The discovery of this feathered dinosaur was just the beginning of a larger shift in how scientists understood the prehistoric world. What's clear is that Li Huizhong's find forever changed the way we view the ancient past. By uncovering the fossils of a previously unknown dinosaur, he not only contributed to a greater understanding of Earth's distant history, but also highlighted the potential for further discoveries in the most unlikely of places. With the world now paying closer attention to this part of China, it's entirely possible that even more revelations about the creatures that roamed the Earth millions of years ago could still be waiting to be unearthed. What's the wildest thing you've ever found while digging? A lost treasure, an ancient relic, or just your missing car keys? Let us know in the comments. Who knows? Maybe your backyard is hiding the next big discovery. Stay curious, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time.